In the mountains of northern Kyrgyzstan, a haven for wives and children of suspected IS recruits. It could not look more different to the dry and dusty, overcrowded camps in northern Syria, where they've spent the best part of half a decade bound by foreign borders and foreign values. Before they're allowed back home, compulsory lessons in how to live again in Kyrgyzstan, from theologians practicing religious tolerance. Groups of around 60 women and their young families are held at this rehabilitation center for 6 weeks. Here they eat, sleep and study and receive support for their psychological scars. Fatima, the eldest of the arrivals at 57, followed her husband to Turkey in 2013 and says the roar of fighter jets overhead was the first she heard of their final destination. Fatima's husband and 2 adult sons died not long after they arrived in IS territory, but she'll soon be reunited with the rest of her family, who've already been brought back.
Well, I'm already a pensioner, but I'm glad my grandchildren can have an education. I want them to study science, to understand the world better. They've seen so little.
Life at the center is tightly controlled. It lies within 2 rings of military security, and mobile phones are banned. We, like the residents, are under the watchful eye of Kyrgyz security services. If rehabilitation is hard, for some families reintegration is even tougher. Elmira says she was tricked into traveling to Syria 4 days after her 18th birthday by a man she met online. Now 27 and a mother, she faces a new difficulty, feeling accepted in the community.
It isn't pleasant. A lot of us don't understand why they're afraid of us. We are afraid of them. People think we have come back here with machine guns and suicide belts. It's not like that. We are people just like they are. We also have families, and we also want to live peaceful and happy lives.
Large parts of the population of Kyrgyzstan, where 90% identify as Muslim, are fearful of radicalization in the country.
They got used to the ISIS way of life. The women who have come back are still going around in hijabs. They could commit terrorist acts like bombings.
Personally, I think that not everyone who has been to Syria is dangerous. But some people, they will have got used to the mentality of ISIS, and they might try to radicalize people here.
Despite these fears, and after years of fiery debate, Kyrgyzstan is now a world leader in terms of IS repatriations. The government hopes this policy will show it is a tolerant country.
Our kind of Islam is not radical. We are a small nation that needs to take care of each other, even of those who commit mistakes.
Back in the land they longed for, the returning women and their children are shouldering the burden of their misjudgments. But unlike nearly 50,000 people from around the world still trapped in Syrian camps, they have a second chance in life.